All right. Welcome everybody. I am super happy that you guys pulled up with me tonight. It is your host Jefe. Again, I want to appreciate everybody for pulling up. If you guys are watching me live on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my channel as well as like and show some love tonight. If you guys are in my private class session, which I see a bunch of you guys in here, welcome, greetings. Make sure y'all leave y'all city, y'all state. I want to know where y'all from. And it's good to be back. It's good to be back. All right. How that market is treating everybody. I know I've been getting a lot of questions. So tonight we're going to go over, how to identify what companies to invest in for the most part. And then if I have enough time, we'll go ahead and we'll do some Q&A. We'll do some questions and answers. But for the most part, I need some feedback. I want y'all communicating. I want y'all talking. I want y'all asking questions. That's the biggest thing. But again, if you guys are on my YouTube, make sure you subscribe and share this. And I'm going to put this in the chat for you guys so you guys can be hip, know what's going on. I got a lot of moving parts. All right, so let's share this screen. Let's get the ball rolling. All right. What y'all doing for Taco Tuesday? Who eating in here? Who's drinking? That's what I want to know. Who's having a good time tonight? Or we just chilling? What we doing? That's what I want to know. All right, let's pull this guy up. All right. So let's share this screen over here. There we go. All right, can everybody see my screen okay? Give me a thumbs up, give me a chat, give me a like. I need to know if we good to go. Are we good to go? Levels right, sound clear. As soon as I get some feedback from you, I can get the ball rolling. I got to make sure everything's on point. It's a little delay, of course, but for the most part, everybody can see me, they can hear me, which is great. All right, thank you, Miss Parker. I appreciate it. No tacos until Thursday. Oh, Philly cheesesteak. All right, we could do that. My YouTube, just type in Jefe Talk. So Jefetalk, just like that. So if some of y'all want to tune in on YouTube, y'all can do it as well. I'm live on here right now. All right, so let's get started. All right. How to identify what companies to invest in. This is a big question, right? Because it's been a huge wave over the last 2 years as far as more investors, more traders starting to just pop out of the woodworks, right? And the biggest thing to that was because of COVID, because of what happened, and everyone was forced to stay home and learn new skill sets. People was forced to learn about investing, right? Let me know in the chat if you guys started learning within at least the last 2 years, right? And I'm more than likely going to guess it's because of the pandemic, right? Maybe a few of you guys always been interested in stocks, always thought about stocks, thought about investing, but, to be honest, it was a gift within the pandemic because it allowed us to kind of tap into different areas that we probably wouldn't even have the time before, right? So my boss message, and if you guys are meeting me for the first time, my brand is called Jefe Talk, okay? Jefe Talk, boss talk, basically means to think like a boss for your own benefit in life, right? Have the mentality, move like a boss. I want you to start acting and moving and talking like a boss, right? Because I need you guys to understand, for you to get everything you want out of life, you have to have the mentality of moving on a boss level. And when I say boss, it doesn't mean being in charge. It's a mentality. It's a mentality of being in control of your life, right? So that's what the brand is about. That's what the movement is about. And that's the essence of what this is all about. Being able to act, think, and live like a boss, right? Now, the key thing between the word act, think, live, the reason why I have act before think, because sometimes we think too much. We get a little bit too complacent. We start trying to overthink things, analyze things, and we just get nothing done, right? So I employ everybody in here tonight to just take action. Just take action, even if you don't have all the pieces together, and then retweak and get better at it. Okay, so that's what you guys gonna get with me, right? You're gonna learn stuff. You're gonna get motivation. I'm gonna be that next door neighbor that's gonna knock on your door and be like, hey, what you doing today, right? What goals you got set? What plans you got for yourself this year, right? And that's what it's all about. So if you guys enjoy that type of motivation, be sure to stay tuned and lock in with me. So let's get started. All right. So why is it important to invest in stock, right? The key is advisors get paid really well to buy into mutual trust funds, unit trusts outside of North America. So what I'm basically saying, for the most part, many advisors in the financial industry, I'm in the financial industry, okay, this doesn't apply to me, but this does happen. They get paid to sell your funds to other companies outside of North America. They outsource your funds. Most people don't even know this, right? They take your cash and they send it to a fund company. And these companies, what they do is they pretty much have all these projections and algorithms. And what they do is they spread your money around, and the advisors, the firms, they get a kickback. They get money, right? Now, let's clear the air, because I am an advisor, okay? And again, this is all for educational purposes. Get with your personal advisor if you have any questions for your personal account. But I will tell you this, right? If your car breaks down, absolutely go to a mechanic. They need to get paid for their expertise. If you're sick, go to a doctor. They need to get paid for their expertise. But when it comes to the stock market, again, there are advisors. They need to get paid. But I'm just trying to give you clarity on why you should learn how to invest your money, right? You should learn how the market works, right? So keep in mind the benefits of this. Of course, you have a skill set you can pass to your loved ones and your children, right? You could think ahead into the future and have more control of your future, your dynamics, right? Because now why? Now you know how to leverage money. Now you know how to accumulate money, work for your money, and then take that money, whether it's from your employer or your business, and leverage it by investing in the stock market. All right. Another food for thought, right? For any people who are just getting new to this, right? Coming from communities and cultures where this is not very, very fond of or even talked about, right? This is how we're going to close that racial wealth gap. It's huge. I want you to check this out. 22% of blacks and 25% of Hispanics own investment accounts out of the entire country. Out of the entire country. So I need you guys to start having a bigger perspective and a bigger understanding on why this is important, because it's going to allow you to leverage your money at a high level. That is the key. All right, so the real picture behind the curtains, okay, when it comes down to 401ks and all that stuff, we'll talk about that tonight, but keep in mind there's always going to be a cost. There's always going to be the cost. The biggest thing I need everybody to understand is that you have to pay your taxes. I am not your tax professional, but keep in mind that's part of the game. I run into too many people, individuals, messages, DMs, how do I do this without paying taxes? I'm going to give you a great hint. If you got to pay taxes, that means you making money. If you not making money, you don't got to pay taxes. Those are your two options. Those are your two options for the most part. All right, so keep that in mind. That is part of the game. So don't get too hung up on fees and taxes. Yes, we can get a little bit, more strategic on which broker and what advisors and stuff like that. But I want you guys to understand, if you're making money, you pay your taxes. If you're not making no money, you don't got to worry about paying taxes. That's simple. All right. So the question is, if not now, then when? Right? What is your game plan? Right? Tonight, I want to kind of provoke your thoughts. I want to provoke your mindset. And again, if there's time at the end, I see a lot of questions coming in. I'll definitely knock them out for you guys. Okay? But what is your game plan? Do you want control? Do you want control of your finances? Right? Do you want to be in a position where you do not have to work? for anyone. Maybe work for yourself because now you have enough startup funds from your investments, right? Things like that. Nothing is promised. Nobody owes you anything. Nobody. You have to take charge. You have to push yourself, right? We can't keep thinking we have this magic wand and things are just going to happen. No, we have to plan. We have to get things in motion, right? We also need to learn from 2008. 2008 was huge for the country, for the economy, right? It literally took businesses out. It took homes, bank accounts washed out. So my question is, right, and this is just my opinion, right? And I know what I'm going to say. Let me ask you guys, do you think a recession is coming? Who in this chat room thinks another recession is coming? All right, don't be telling me something you saw online. I want you guys to be honest with yourselves. Now, since we're going this is live, so we're going to talk about what happened today as well. I know everyone heard the chairman, right? The chairman spoke today. Yeah, you right, Davis. It's coming. What's up, Tyler? It's coming. The chairman basically what the chairman said today, they were wrong about inflation. They were wrong. They've been pumping all this money. Pump, basically print. Right? So what happens when you overfund? What happens when you print money out of thin air with nothing backing it, right? It devalues. That dollar devalues, right? So the chairman is basically saying, we need to start investing more. They're going to start investing more in bonds. And I know I'm a little off the topic, but you guys got to understand why this is really important, why we hone in on our skills. We understand the language. We understand the lingo. We understand how to interpret what these news reports are saying, what the market is telling us. So that way we can make sure we're doing the right pieces, having the right pieces in place for us to execute at a high level. All right? So knowledge is power, but powerless with no action. All right, that's by me, Jefe, by the way. You ain't going to find that by nobody. I've been working on that quote for a minute. Got it perfect. Knowledge is power, but powerless with no actions. Remember that. All right, so where to start? So for my newbies in here, let me see how many newbies we got in here. All right. Okay, we got first time here. We got 55%. Okay, welcome. All right. So for the most part, where to start? I mean, this for most people, you guys know this already. But again, I have new people in here. Remember, you can open up a brokerage account. A brokerage account, I'm a break it down. I'm the king of analogies, right? Think of your checking account, but your checking account now has the ability to buy stocks. That's what a brokerage account is. Okay? Of course, there's limitations. There's certain fees. But right here, of course, you got the famous Robinhood. We got TD Ameritrade. We got Webull. And we also got E-Trade. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this. I highly suggest everybody opens a paper trade account in TD Ameritrade. TD Ameritrade gives you up to $100 grand in fake money. All right, this blows my mind how nobody does this. They give you $100 grand in paper money, and they allow you to practice. Everybody can't be Allen Iverson talking about what you mean practice. Practice? Well, I gotta practice. I'm trying to get some skin in the game. Let me tell you why. You're gonna lose your money. 95% of people who invest lose their money. Right? Some lose little, some lose a whole bunch, but for the most part, you're going to lose your money, right? So why not open up an account, right? Yes, we all have done it. Trust me, Davis. I've done it. I lost thousands. I'm still recouping from that, from years ago. But for the most part, open up a paper trade account. I didn't hone in more on my skills and get to a higher level until I opened up a paper trade account, and it took away the anxiety. It took away the pressure. I started doing stuff like I was Daniel's son on Karate Kid with the eyes closed because I knew what I was doing, right? I knew what I was doing for the most part. Of course, you get losses here and there, but I get a very low percentage of losses because I did at least 100 to 300 trades, right, before I got back in the game. All right, really, really important. Okay, so I think E-Trade offers that. Yes, you guys are right. TD Ameritrade, all of that. All right. So let's talk about it because everybody's blowing up my DMs, man. Listen, if y'all not in my group, I only but a few free tips I'm gonna be giving y'all. I got a private group for a reason. Like, y'all understand that. They get all the access to me. Pause. All right, so look, when stock prices fall, is that a good thing? That's the question. So when you guys see a bloodbath, right? When you see all your stocks red, I'm gonna tell many of my new investors this: do not freak out. It's a mindset that you have to have of understanding when you're investing your money, there are going to be highs and there's going to be lows. There's going to be good days, there's going to be bad days. But the moment you see your account in red, do not sell it unless you know for a fact the company is going bankrupt, the CEO got caught in some scandal, and the company's about to go down. You know what I'm saying? And these that make sense. The reason why most people in the stock market lose their money because they sell when their stocks is down or when their trade is down. Now, with the exception of options, because everybody knows me for options, of course, you have a contract, right? And for those who don't know what options are, options is giving you the ability to have the power of 100 shares with one contract. The kicker is that you have an expiration date. As soon as that time expires, if you are not above your target or where you're trying to be, if you're not in profit, you lose your money. Okay? You got to close out that trade. So keep in mind, we got to now start changing our lens. Whenever everything is red, I need you guys to understand hedge funds, right? Market makers. These are the guys who help with the premium prices with your option contracts, right? And if this goes over your head, just stick with me. All right? This is shopping day for them. All they're doing is repositioning. The reason why professionals in the stock market reposition whenever stocks are at a low or all-time low, because they are very, very understanding of the fact that the stock is going to go up. It's like you guys knowing the sun is going to shine every day. So that's what these professionals do. They understand that the stock is bound to go up. Remember this rule: what goes up must come down. What goes down must come up. Unless the company going out of business. All right, keep that in mind. All right, so check this out. Great businesses that have declined in stock price helps position your long-term gain. So whenever you guys see a lot of red, my opinion, I will personally buy more stock. I will start doing some dollar cost averaging. That's a vocabulary word for you guys, dollar cost averaging. I'll start adding more to my portfolio. Okay, cool, I'm red over here in tech. I might be red over here in consumer, but let me go shopping, right? Because I want to get my stocks at a better price, right? Look at it like you guys going to outlets to go shopping. Everything's on sale. Here we go, Black Friday, right? What did you guys do on Black Friday? You bought more things than you normally would because all the prices was cut. That's how you guys got to start looking at the stock market. That, I'm telling you, that's going to save you so much money. We start freaking out when we see that bloodbath, okay? So short-term investors' fears help us take advantage of price swings. Who you think they talking about when it says short-term investors' fears? I'm talking about you guys. They talk about us. Everybody that sells, as soon as they lose their money, oh, I'm down $3, right? And you sell it. Or I'm down $1,000, but you don't know what you're doing. You just gambling, right? So the price drop and you want me to buy more? Pfft, come on, even Cat Williams know. He not even doing it. All right. Here's another great tip. Popularity is not always a solution, right? I need you guys to start focusing more on fundamentals. Fundamentals in the stock market is pretty much putting you in position to understand how the company works, right? You don't have to go to business school. You don't need an MBA to understand how a company works, okay? It's very, very simple. All you have to do is go to annual reports of the whatever company you're trying to invest. Find out if they're in debt. find out if they have cash flow, find out what investments they have, find out their mission statement. You know, it's kind of like, especially in this new day and age where we have a lot of newbies in crypto, they say what? Look at the white paper, right? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Don't let these young boys coming up, these little 16, 15-year-olds coming up knowing how to do better fundamentals than y'all, right? Research these companies y'all putting your hard-earned money in. It just makes sense. All right. The next thing is, do you support teams with no game plan, right? Why would you invest into a company and they don't have a mission, they don't have a goal, right? So you guys got to be careful with these new IPOs, right? Just because it's a new IPO does not mean it's going to be the next Uber. It does not mean it's going to be the next Facebook. You guys have to sometimes, yes, it's going to be risky, but make sure they have a clear picture and a clear understanding of at least a trajectory, so you can interpret, does it make sense for me to put my hard-earned money in this? Okay. The next one is, if you don't understand the business, don't buy it. Okay. Now, I'm a little torn with this because you don't got to understand how everything works with a business. But for my long-term investors, it will behoove you not to know what the heck you investing in. It doesn't make sense. All right. Now, real quick, I know normally, you know, when we watch TV or YouTube, there's ads. So we're not going to have ads tonight, but I'm an entrepreneur. Make sure y'all go to jefetalk.com and make sure y'all cop y'all some Jefe Talk gear. That is a public service announcement. Use the code JEFE, Jefe, for your Black Friday discount. All right, where was I? So, the next one is, what business makes sales is not enough, right? We got to figure out, are they making enough money to sustain long term, which is really important. All right. So simply sometimes, right, you can assure more security and profits. Don't let famous leaders or influencers dictate your decisions, especially social media gurus. All right. Now this is very, very important, right? There's a lot of new, I wouldn't say new, but there's a lot of influencers online that has the ability to sway fundamentals, to sway technical analysis. The stock market was not just born 2 years ago. So when you hear people talking as if this stuff is brand new, it may be brand new to certain demographics, maybe certain audiences, but this stuff has been here to the test of time. Okay, so no one has a magic wand of knowing what's going to happen. All they simply do is use something called technical analysis and fundamentals. When you learn those two areas, when it comes down to the stock market, you start becoming more experienced in understanding how price moves, how the market moves, how the news dictates if the price is going up or going down. When to get in, when to get out, right? I teach my students support and resistance, those basic things, price action, right? Different levels of volume, volatility. So these are things you guys are going to learn over time. Don't let it intimidate you, but I'm telling you guys, stop letting these social media quote-unquote gurus make you feel that you don't have what it takes to learn just as much as they do, right? All they simply do is just read or watch a bunch of YouTubes. That's what it comes down to, right? So keep that in mind. Understand the industry, right? Ask what future it holds for that industry. So one of the industries that I'm really into that I like is fintech. Of course, technology sector, but also, you know, NFTs, right? If we want to go into the crypto space, NFTs, crypto. So we're gonna try to give more information on both ends. But for the most part, when it comes down to stocks, make sure you guys are always knowing what's new, knowing what's popping. It's kind of like, you know, so I'm originally from New York, so when you outside, you got to know what's going on. You can't be out the loop, because it could be your life, or you could just be one of those people, you don't know nothing, right? You can't be wearing the wrong outfits, you can't be having the wrong fits, your sneakers are outdated. That's just the culture, right? So you always got to know what's going on. Same thing with the stock market. understand what's new, right? Start getting your list of news, right? Of news websites to go on and check to. All right. So what I'm going to do for you guys joining me tonight, I'm going to send out an email. If you guys are not on my email list, please let me know in the chat or just go to my YouTube. Matter of fact, just go to my YouTube, and on this video, you're going to see financial buzz list. Make sure you're on that because I'm going to start giving away like my news watch list. I'm going to start giving some stuff out for you guys to help you guys out. All right. So who in here can tell me what price? Man, I'm getting a lot of messages from y'all. I'm getting a lot of messages. Oh, I got you on books too. I got you on books. Absolutely. I'm getting a lot of messages. All right, so let's take a quick break before I get on this lesson. All right, let's get to some stocks. Ooh, y'all ain't know I was going to pop that up on you, huh? Let's get to some stocks. All right, so let's talk. Let's talk a little bit. Oh, I'm missing all y'all messages. My bad. Y'all on YouTube hit me up too. All right, so I'm going to go over this chart real quick for the most part. Let me know in here who's brand new to stocks. Who is brand new to stocks? Okay. And in the meantime, I'm going to go over how to read all of this, right? All of this is probably like a bunch of chicken scratch to you, but for the most part, I'm going to explain to you what this is. Okay. So the stock market it comes down to price. It just comes down to price. Price is going to go up, price is going to go down. If we understand at least the basics of if you buy something at a lower price, right, and you sell it at a higher price, you will get profit. But the biggest issue is people don't know when to buy. People don't know when to sell. And what I'm going to do right now, everybody, all right, I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to teach you guys real quick of knowing when to buy and knowing when to sell. It is so simple. It's going to take time to get better at, but there's tools and certain things you can put in place so you could be more efficient. All right, so this is what we're looking at. This is IBM, okay? IBM. So all these candles here represent, okay, where price is at. Okay, so on the right side right here, you see 117. Probably guys can't see, but where my mouse is, that's showing the price is currently at 117. Now keep in mind the stock market is closed. The market is open from 9:30 to 4 p.m. Eastern time, which is my time. So after that, every now and then you'll see some movement in price, but everything is shut down for the most part. Okay, so if I'm looking at IBM and I am a long-term investor, what we want to do is we want to establish, are we a trader or are we an investor? That's the number thing. You can be both. And if someone is asking, well, what's the difference? Well, a trader is somebody who buys and sells at a short time frame. It might be a day, which we call day traders, might be a week, might be a couple of weeks, which we call swing traders, right? Or it might be a few months. And investors is somebody that buys and hold it. Buys and hold. And I'm talking for 3, 4, 5 years, 10, 20 years plus. Okay? The reason why you must identify what type of investor are you is for this simple reason. If I'm buying Apple and I have a locked in at a certain price, and let's just say there's a bloodbath, it goes down 20%. But I already told myself I'm holding this for 15 years. Why would it make sense for me to sell it? If the company is very strong, they're very profitable, they have billions of dollars in cash flow, they're always innovators, they have a great mission statement, I'm not going to stress. Because I already made a decision that I don't need to have anxiety. I'm buying and I'm holding, right? So that's why we got to establish what type of trader you are. What type of investor you are, right? And if you're going to do both, understand what's your goal, what's your mission when you're opening up your charts and trying to get a good idea or realization of what I should be doing, okay? Now, let's get back to these charts. So right here, this is IBM. I'm just using this for example. Okay, right at top, and by the way, I'm using stockcharts.com. TraderView is another one. Let me pull that up for you guys. Okay, TraderView is another one. Oops. Trader view charts. Here we go. Yeah, trade view, my bad. Trade view right here. Okay. This is another good chart for beginners. So for all my newbies, if you guys are interested in this, I'm going to leave you guys a link. You guys can sign up for this. But tonight we're going to use Trader View. I'm sorry, stock charts, because I like the interface. Okay, now check this out. Check this out. Let's keep it going. Right up top is my period. Okay, period. You have daily, weekly, monthly. You have 1 minute, 2 minute. For the most part, if you are a trader, if you're a day trader, you'll normally be using probably a daily or a monthly to get a good overview, but you'll be mostly being in a 4 hour, 2 hour, or 5 or 10 minutes, depending if you're scalping, right? But if I'm a long-term investor, for the most part, I just need a daily to kind of find my entries, okay? On the right-hand side will be your price. On the upside, I have something called RSI. RSI is a tool that we use as traders and investors to get a good idea if something is overbought or oversold. Okay? And what that means is if the price is being pushed up or is getting pumped up or is going relatively at a high rate, the RSI will signal to me when it's overbought. If price is going the opposite, where it's oversold, right, it will signal to me where it's oversold at. And this would allow me to start creating triggers on my chart to know when to buy and when to sell. So for my traders and investors, make sure you guys add the RSI in there. Okay, that's going to help you. Okay, I won't go over the MACD right now. I just want to keep this basic. Okay, so let's get to it. The biggest thing is we want to know how to set our charts up. Okay, so right here now it's at 117. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find my levels of support. Levels of support. Okay. The reason why levels of support is important because it's going to give me an idea based off historic past data of where price likes to go to, where it likes to sit. Okay, and I need the light bulbs to start clicking in. If I have an idea of where price likes to go, I know when to buy. That's the name of the game. What helps me look at this chart is I look at it from a perspective of what story is it trying to tell me. Every chart is going to teach you or tell you their story. They're going to tell you its characteristics. It's going to tell you how price moves over periods of weeks, months, and years. And all you have to do is understand what this story is trying to tell you. Understand what affects this story. That's when we talk about news and different catalysts or different global economics that can happen within a day or a week or a month that can affect this particular stock. So this is going to help you guys out. Every time you look at a company's chart, try to interpret the story of what it's trying to tell you. So let's try to figure out this story with IBM. Okay, again, I'm not telling you guys to go buy IBM. I'm just telling you guys we're going to look at this. So if I look over the last several months, right now we're in December. Ooh, I see a nice gap here. I might play that tomorrow. Anyways, so if I'm looking at this, I'm seeing that number one, we had a nice high back here in June. Okay, and if you look up top here, you see that RSI is definitely was oversold. Okay, now I'm gonna give you guys a little tip. I'm gonna type it in chat real quick. I'm gonna type it in chat. No, I'm gonna just tell y'all because I can't go back and forth to these screens. Professionals do not use 70 as an indicator on an RSI. The true oversold level or zone is 80. Okay? If those who know, y'all know what I'm talking about. So If you guys wait till 80, I'm telling you, it'll be more accurate, right? Sometimes we wait till this RSI gets to 70 and we already like, all right, sell, right? Or maybe short, okay? Same thing on, instead of 30, use 20. On the floor, the stock floor, you know, if they still, obviously not too many down there, they use 20 and 80. So that's a little gem for those. There we go. You got it. 80 and 20. You got it. For those, for who that was for, that's my gift to you guys. This is going to give you guys more accurate entries. Okay. So let's get back to it. Let me just start plotting this joint out. So right here, I'm going to start putting my trend lines. Okay. I need to find where these levels of support are at. I see a nice level right here. Okay. And then I see levels of support. Now, what is level support? This is where price touches at least more than 2 to 3 times. More than 2 to 3 times. It starts creating a pattern. You guys can start seeing it with your own eyes, okay? For instance, right over here, this is a nice level of support. Okay? Because price touched 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the same zone. Okay, now I'm going to find my level of resistance. Okay, and guys, feel free to ask questions, you know, because I can't assume you guys don't know or do know. If you just kind of, you know, looking at what I'm doing, cool. But if you guys have questions, let me know. So this is my level of resistance right here. Ooh, look at that. Touches that support. Ooh, this is beautiful. Okay. Okay. So let me break this down. We can call this zones. We can get all technical and all that stuff, but I'm gonna just break it down like I'm talking to you, and you guys don't know nothing. I'm gonna act like nobody knows anything. Okay. So these are my levels. I just created levels right here. You can call them zones. There's so many different acronyms and names, right? But what I did was I found where price touches more than 2 times. Price went up, touched right here, came back down. Went up, touched right here, came back down. Oh, this is definitely a resistance area. Okay? Where did it touch? It came back down, broke through a little bit. Remember, it's not going to be completely accurate, but it's going to at least give you the zone that it's in. Okay? Right here, looked like it broke through support. So what that means, I don't know. This was what, last November of last year. Maybe earnings report came out. Maybe it was some news. Something happened for IBM to tank like this, right? But this was a great opportunity to jump back in the stock, because look at the upside over the last 5-6 months. It was a beautiful run up. But I'm going to show you guys how to use support and resistance to know when to get in. So if I was over here, right, and my price is going to the similar level, the same level it touches at least 2 to 3 times, this will give me an indication of where price likes to sit when it comes down to this particular stock. Okay? Now, I want to put a disclaimer. It's not that simple of that's it, but it's a great start. It's a great start to know where price is going. Okay, so let's fast forward to today. Okay? Over here, price is sitting right around 117. Okay? If I go backwards, I notice that this support level is actually a form of resistance level. So this is a good indication where price might sit and pop back up. Okay? So whenever price breaks through resistance, it becomes your new support level. I need you guys to remember that. Whenever price breaks resistance, let me make this a lot more cleaner because I got so much tools I could be using to help y'all. So let me type it out for y'all. Where's my text? Here we go. So right here, this is support. Okay. Okay. And right here, this is, I'm sorry, I'm backwards. I'll move it in a second. This is resistance. This is resistance, this guy right here, and this is support. Is the best way you guys can know, when you guys fall and mama came to help you out, she supported you, right? When you try to get money from your mom and she said no, she gave you resistance, right? So I want you guys to think about that with price and the stocks. When price comes up and it's not breaking your resistance level or breaking a certain zone, that's your resistance level. Right here's your support. Okay, so I gave you the most broken, interpretation of what's resistance and support. I want to get too technical with it, but I'm just trying to get you to understand the importance of it. All right, I have a great question. Is there a particular amount of time we need to use to make a support line? So what you're basically trying to identify is the zones of where price is sitting at. So if I look up here, Emery, right, you see this area, price came here, it's a little gap here, right? Price came down, it rested in that same zone. Price came down, it rested in that same zone. That right there, my friend, is a support area. Okay? So it's not so much you have to wait a certain time. It's more so of trying to identify based on what the chart is telling you. Remember, I'm looking at this from a perspective of what story is trying to tell me. So keep in mind, I'm doing this on off hours, guys and ladies. When the market's closed, that don't mean I close the textbooks. That don't mean I close my computer. I put about an hour of time to do my pre-work and my pre-market work. This is part of it. Reading and understanding where's my levels and my zones. Of course, I'll make it look clean and look nice because I'm doing this for time's sake. But I'm trying to get a good idea of where price ranges are. These are the ranges for my stock that I'm interested in purchasing. Okay? Now, let me get to the main point for you guys on how do you know when to buy. Okay? If price is touching resistance, we'll just make it really simple. Should I be buying the stock? Is it at an all-time high and it's touching resistance? Does that make sense to buy? Somebody let me know in chat. So this is my resistance level. Should I be buying up here? Absolutely not, right? Because price is being tested. It's at a resistance point. I want to wait till this guy comes back down to my support levels, right? Right here will be a great area to buy. But as you can see, this thing gapped down in November. A gap down, that's a whole nother lesson. But right now, it looked like it dropped to my second support level. Okay? So I'm going to put second. You can have more than one support level. Okay? And anybody is confused or have questions, this is your opportunity to talk to me. I'm very patient with you guys. So this is my second support level. And I'm going to just paint this out so you guys can start seeing how I interpret the market. Okay, first support. Boom, that's this guy. And then we're going to make resistance. Okay, this is your resistance level. Okay. So I have everything right now. Everything right now, before I even get into moving averages and all other stuff, price action, I can literally just look at a chart and know exactly when I should buy and when I should sell. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a hint. When you get all these gurus and people online and stuff like that saying, look, I told you our price is going to go here. When they turn off the IG, when they turn off the YouTubes and all the little stuff that connects y'all to them, this is what they doing. This is all they doing. Okay? Look at this 117. Let's just say news comes out and say IBM just did a terrible deal. They're going to lose thousands of dollars, blah, blah, blah. Where do you guys think price is going? For the most part, it's going to go down, but I'm going to anticipate it's going to go down to this support level, right? Because we're using a history of levels of where price was sitting more than twice. Price was sitting in this area more than twice. You understand? So now I'm in position to know exactly where price may go. I can make now decisions if I'm holding my stock or selling. Do I want to take that amount of loss in my portfolio, or do I want to keep it knowing that, hey, it's going to hit the support level and bounce right back? So I need you guys to and you have to get it everything this second, but I need you guys to start understanding this is how you can remove anxiety. This is how you guys can have at least more certainty of knowing where price may fall or where it may go. You follow me? All right, so let's check this out. Let's read this question. I'm confused because I try to look back and see what indicators would have made people invest at the point right at or before it broke the old resistant level. Okay, good question. So you're talking about, let me move back some. Okay. Uh-oh. You guys still with me? Let me make sure my screen working. All right. Can everybody still hear me? Let me double check. Little freeze up. They don't want us to learn. That's what, see, their YouTube, Facebook, they hating right now. I'm giving y'all this work, this free work. All right, we good? All right, cool. All right. Let me make sure I could. I don't know why I can't. Let me refresh. Let's see if that works. All right, I'm going to answer your question. Let me, all right, this should work. All right, we good. We Gucci now. All right, so I think you said right here. Are you talking about right here? What made people buy when it broke this resistance point? Who asked that question? Was it DJ? Yeah, DJ. When my mouse is right here, right? Your question is, what made people buy? Is that what you're asking? Confirm that for me before I answer. Because right here broke a resistance level. Okay, all right, great question. So the name of the game is, we want to know when to buy. If I was back here, like back in December 2000, what's this? Yeah, last year, right? This support level right here will be a great entry for me to come in right here, okay? More than likely, there were news or something that made this break resistance. It could have been data. It could have been an earnings report, right? Let's look. Let's do the research. Let's look at March 2021 IBM. That's all you got to do. IBM, March. Okay. And what I would do is, and I probably don't have enough time to go through it. I'm going to try to find out. Here we go. I'm going to try to find out first quarter results. Check this out. Revenue of $17.7 billion is up 1%. What else? Total revenue. Debt was reduced by 5.1 billion since last year. I'm gonna just tell you right now, this whole report, and look how fast it took me. This whole report is telling me positive sentiments about IBM. This is right around that time, if we go back to the chart, where price started taking off. You see that? So remember, people get in for the most part if it hits a support level, because the name of the game is to get in at the low, getting at the bottom, and then we need to find a catalyst. There's so much more to this that I don't have enough time to put, but we got to find out what the news is. We got to find out a catalyst that's going to allow this price to propel and break this resistance. This right here gives it to us. The earnings report was beautiful for the first quarter IBM. So if I was a long-term investor, I would want to be putting my money in right now after that report came out. Absolutely. All right. Also, candlestick W. Exactly. Right. We not even talking about the candlesticks, right? And the different patterns that I see right now. Right. This is a really great pattern. Oh my gosh. All right. So I don't want to get besides myself. I'm going to do more of these lessons, but let's move back. Check this out. You can see right here, bro. Let's go all the way back. We're going to go all the way back to February 2020. Look at this guy. This is why you guys have to learn how to chart. Look at that. This is a previous resistance level. So I already know when it gets over here, it's going to touch it. It's going to bring his ass right back down. And that's what it did. It brung it right back down. This is where you want to sell. For my swing traders, this is exactly where you want to sell. Okay? Now, if you plan on holding this stock for the next 20 years, No, you don't sell it, but you at least want to know when to buy, right? You want to go off of these resistance levels over here. That's the key, because look at that. The historics will always tell you the story. Now look how beautiful that looks when I zoom out. See how everything just starts to fit and shape in? Pause. You see that? There's a zone there. There's another. Remember, second support is this was form of resistance. Another support. And I can map this whole thing out. And I will literally just have my best 5-10 stocks, have it mapped out, know when to buy, when to sell. And I'm going to give y'all some hints. You know, y'all phones can give y'all alerts when they get to certain prices. So if my phone gets to, let's say, level 124, I know it's about to hit resistance. I'm going to have that in my phone. Alert me when IBM gets to 124. Make trading and investing simple for y'all. I'm telling you, make it simple where we have too much technology for y'all to be stressing out with papers and diagrams. Like, everything is automated, okay? So it looks like I'm running out of time. So number one, I want everybody to take their time. If you guys registered through the class, you guys are going to get a replay of this. And that way you can kind of go back and kind of allow to really digest what I'm talking about. Go to my YouTube. You guys can rewind it and fast forward. But I'm going to keep building off of this in my future classes to come. But make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay? I need to get my subscribers up, so y'all going to hold me down with that. Okay? If y'all don't know what that is, I'm going to put it in chat. And you guys go ahead right there. Boom. Show some love. All right? Make sure y'all subscribe to that. Okay? So for the most part, I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Look at that. It was only 50 minutes of work. Hope you guys learned a lot. And I really, really hope you guys focus on your goals. Create a game plan, a strategy, right? And then I want you guys to take your time. And then if you guys have questions, reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help you guys and put things together. It's been a blessing. And I hope you guys have an amazing night. Y'all be blessed.